People always are looking back at the good old days of racing.
And racing was a lot more fun back then, years ago.
Because the sport has changed quite a bit over the years.
It has. We used to build our own cars, build our own motors, we did everything. Nobody does that anymore.
We're at Lernerville Speedway for Nostalgia Night, and this guy's standing next to me. Very nostalgic person, Don Gamble. Nice event you put together here.
It's really great. It gives these people an opportunity to get a little recognition. I mean, we have one driver here that's 90, and some of the best drivers in the country raced in Western Pennsylvania, and a lot of them are here tonight, and we're just as pleased as could be. Tom, I noticed Blackie Watt just came in, and when we talk about stories, the man won over 600 features in the late models and modifieds, ran NASCAR, actually beat Richard Petty in one of the races.
I'm Blackie Watt. I've raced cars for about 43 years.
My name is Jim Pitcavish. My father and I built and maintained race cars for Blackie.
I run modified, late model, and Grand National, which is Winston Cup type cars now. Ran against Richard Petty and Cale Yarborough and Dave Pearson down Daytona, Darlington, places like that.
And he's sharing a big piece of history. We went up to get a couple trophies for the History Center, and I figured we get a half a dozen trophies, and I said, does it matter which ones? He said, take them all. I can't imagine giving away all your awards.
The spirit of racers that they want to share. They don't want to keep it to themselves. They want everybody to enjoy it and have a piece of what they've been involved in.
I got to tell you a little story. I'm colorblind, okay? And they said, how in the world do you drive a race car when you're colorblind? I said, it's pretty simple. When somebody gets upside down, the red flag comes out.
My theory was I didn't come second. I always came to win.
I lost the race over that one night. I swore I took the checkered flag and it was the white flag and I pulled in.
The one race I remember was the Australian Pursuit where you got passed, you were eliminated from the race. Started last and I think it was 10 or 12 cars started the race. And when I come across the flagman, I was front. I passed everybody. And Joe Pikavich, of course, he was always a pretty straight-faced guy and so forth. I drove in the pits and I looked up at him and I said, all right. He looked down with a straight face and said, that way to go, Blackie, don't wear the equipment out. He turned around and walked away.
Is anybody telling the truth here, or are they all just stories?
Well, no, they're pretty much telling the truth, yeah. But there's some stories too.
What's the biggest change you've seen in the sport in your years of involvement?
Money. Money, money, money.
You want to go fast, they ask you how fast you want to go. No, how much money you want to spend.
If you don't have a $40,000 or $60,000 engine, you really aren't that competitive.
Back in the 50s when you first started racing, if you had $300 in a car, you had a top car.
A car like this in its heyday, you could build it for like $500.
Right.
And it paid $500 to win. You win one race and your car's paid for. Tonight it cost $500 to get through the gate.
Yeah.
With
just to get the fuel.
With your car with the $40,000 motor.
Yeah. Well, we have no one to blame but ourselves for that.
Racers are their own worst enemies.
Yeah, they don't need to have a $250,000 motorhome to travel 45 minutes.
And have you ever seen a toter home in Victory Lane?
Would you enjoy this kind of racing?
No, I wouldn't. No, it's just not fun anymore. You have to have so much money invested in what you have out there and to race for so little. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they're still doing it.
Well, if you hadn't been racing, what would you have spent your time doing over the years?
I don't really know.
What else would you do? Enjoyed it, made some dollars doing it. So what more fun could you have?
I like to gamble.
Wasn't racing like a gamble?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Can't imagine doing anything else.
The cars that we're looking at now versus the cars that are going to be on the track tonight, how long is it going to be before those cars are nostalgic?
That's a good question, but hopefully I'm still around to do this. You know, I'm going to keep doing this till the groundhog is my mailman because I love it. I love the people, the stories, the history. I mean, it's just wonderful.